All right, welcome to Money Never Sleeps. This is a show where we talk about anything and everything that impacts the flow of money from around the corner to around the world. I want to thank you again for joining me. And today I wanted to, we're going to go into crypto in a second. I want to talk about electric vehicles. You have General Motors, Ford, other car companies, other auto companies. They're getting into the electric vehicle market. The UK said, I think in the next 10 years or so, that they are, or maybe more, but they're going to convert that you won't have any gas powered vehicles in the UK. It'll all be electric, and that's the way things are going. Now, if you think that electric vehicles are something new over the last 10 years, you're wrong. Electric vehicles have been around since the beginning, since motors were developed for cars, since cars came out, because they didn't have the gas wasn't there to fuel these vehicles. So they had other ways of other attempts at powering these vehicles. Okay, so it's not the electric vehicle. Like, you have Tesla, which is considered the king of electric vehicles, right? They have the technology, everything else, and that's great. Understand that Tesla, they make a beautiful product. They have, a technology and all this stuff going on within the vehicle, but that's not the selling point. Okay, when Tesla, that vehicle is literally just a vehicle for the real technology, which is the batteries, which is how they get charged. That's the game. That's the game. The companies that do this, that are innovative in the power source of these electric vehicles, those are the ones that are going to make out. They're going to make out tremendously. And why? Because these vehicles they have to be charged. So these charging stations that are going to develop, they're going to be utilizing this technology. Okay, and I'll go back to the gold rush. Okay, the gold rush in the United States, when people said, "Go west, young man, go find your future, go make millions." Do you know how many people actually became millionaires from the gold rush, from mining for gold? Zero. You know who the millionaires, where they came from? They were the Levi Strausses of the world, the ones that sold the shovels and the picks and and all the supplies for that venture. Those are the ones that made money. The ones that sold the denims and the boots and stuff like that, they're the ones that made the money, and they're the ones that are around today still. So the power the power source of these vehicles, that's going to be the game. So the companies that are involved in that space, that are creating innovative technology and powering these electric vehicles, those are the ones you got to look at. The General Motors and Ford, yeah, they're and other companies, they're starting to create their own thing. But I'm telling you that Tesla is ahead of the game there. But you have companies that are creeping up. You have companies that are in this space that are looking for the opportunity to work with these giants, because they can bring something new to the table. Okay, and the ones that run the companies that are innovative, that are looking for this technology, and Elon Musk is one of them, for sure. He's always looking for the next new thing. Okay, and if it comes from another source and he's able to do something, I'm sure he would. But they have their game pretty tight on their end. Okay, you're gonna have bumps in the road. Cars are gonna, things are gonna happen, but this is all a process of enhancing and growing things and making things a lot stronger. So, again, the companies that are in the creation of a better power source, I mean, these are the ones that I would look at. All right. Now, shifting from that now to go what you guys love, cryptocurrency. All right. Coinbase came public. I've been speaking about this for the last few weeks. Okay. And the valuations on the company, they're valuing the company as they would have, they value a tech company. It's an exchange. Just like the CME, the NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange, they're an exchange. Difference is they focus on crypto. Now, what makes them different? Okay, is that now they're a publicly traded company. Binance is not publicly traded, but they do the same thing. They make money from the exchange of coins, where on a peer-to-peer basis, when you take a crypto and I take it, I give it, I send it to you. It doesn't cost anything to do that. However, okay, exchanges they take crumbs off the transaction, same way the New York Stock Exchange, CME, and Nasdaq do. No different. There's nothing wrong with it. They're providing a safer, quicker resource to perform these transactions. Now, what has Coinbase done? Okay, the stock came out. I think it went up to 375 or something, came back down, and I said it. People are looking at this like the holy grail, and it's not. What Coinbase has done, they essentially created something. They opened up the spigot, okay, where you're going to have the Goldman Sachs of the world. You're going to have the BNY Mellons, which I'm going to get into in a second. You're going to have these companies that are going to go and they're going to embrace this because they're the custodians. And you'll have every brokerage firm on the street, big and small, will become custodians of cryptocurrency. I promise you, in the next couple of years, it's going to happen because there's an appetite for it. Okay, and it doesn't matter what the product is. If it's a common stock, a preferred stock, a bond, a note, whatever it is, a treasury note, doesn't matter what it is. It's a product. Products and services. This is what they do. They're a service company. They're servicing their clients. They're giving their clients what they crave. And now people are craving crypto. And the reason being is that first, they trade like stocks, right? Second, if you get on the right train and you get involved in the right cryptocurrency that has a utility, that has growth potential, then that is when things change. Okay, Ethereum. See, Bitcoin is different than Ethereum. Bitcoin is in its own world and it's trading crazy, but it's because you have a limited supply and demand, and people are holding it down, so that supply is getting smaller and smaller. So it's pushing the crypto higher. Ethereum is interesting, and I was talking about Ripple. I was talking about Ripple, how what's happening in court and the victories they're getting. Ripple has great technology. They are groundbreaking. Don't sleep on them. The company's not publicly traded. XRP has nothing to do with the company, but as the utility comes for the crypto, you're going to see value there. You're going to see value there, and now it's reaching its point that no more coins can be issued. And again, whether it's decentralized or centralized, it doesn't matter. There's a utility, so there's value there. So you'll see that gain value, I believe, and it has. But it's going to stabilize. Or you're going to have these crazy swings are going to wind up stabilizing at some point. But I want to get back to Ethereum, where Ethereum is interesting, and the reason being is that the utility doesn't stop. Okay, Ethereum is its own deal, but you have all these NFTs and all these other cryptos that are on the backbone of Ethereum. You want to talk about utility? That's utility. And mark my words, Ethereum at some point is going to get its beyond what it's done, is going to get greater time in the sun, because people are going to see the true value that is beyond just the coin. There's more to it than that. Everything, all these other items, these other products going on the backbone of Ethereum is creating additional value. It's just not reflected in what it's trading at now. Okay, so we're going to see what's going to happen there. BNY Mellon, they're looking to they created a new market structure, and this is what's happening in the traditional brokerage arena. Market structure for crypto. They're doing this because there's a need, there's a desire. Their clients want it. You don't give your clients what they want. Guess what? They're going to find their place somewhere else. So BNY Mellon, they didn't do this. Their clients would wind up going to a Goldman and wind up going to another firm, a JP Morgan. They'll go where they can go and do business the way they want to. So BNY Mellon, they jumped, boom, created a whole market structure for crypto. And it's not just for Bitcoin, it's for all crypto. And this is where it gets really, really, really interesting. Really interesting. And I think that what's going to wind up happening, you're going to see more of this. You're going to see more brokerage houses getting involved with this heavily. Okay, I'm telling you, the CME Not so much the New York Stock Exchange or the Nasdaq, more so the CME. They're not going to create, and I doubt that they're going to go create additional, ETFs or things of that nature, products like that. They're going to eventually have their own deal where cryptos can trade, where they can allow cryptos to trade, and they can go and do that. What's going to happen there? And this is what Coinbase did. Coinbase opened up the spigot. They put the lights on in a dark room. The roaches started to scramble. So now it's time to actually get things done. So you're going to have these traditional and these traditional exchanges and traditional brokerage firms. They're going to start stepping up because now they have to. They see it can be done, even though they say, hey, the institutions that couldn't get involved in Bitcoin because of what it was and blah 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 nonsense. They got involved in Coinbase. Okay, now, is Coinbase is the price of Bitcoin? Does that impact what Coinbase is valued at? No, they're making money off the transactions. Okay, of course, the higher it is, the higher their transactional income is going to be. But at the end of the day, if people are trading cryptos, they're making money no matter what. Now, what they make is going to vary. I think they will lose market share. I don't see them as an acquisition candidate. I do see them losing market share. And if the CME gets involved in it, that's going to be when the game is going to change, because you'll see other exchanges they're going to be forced to do something. They're not going to have a choice. It's either you adapt or you die. And the bottom line is, stocks are stocks. But if you're talking about crypto, a whole new market's opening up. Whole new markets opening up, and you're going to have adaptation that's going to have to take place. Okay, these brokerage firms, these exchanges will have to adapt to basically give their clients, or give the street, or give the investment community what they crave. And if you do that, you'll have continued business. So I see Coinbase losing market share at some point. Not now, but it will happen. Okay, you have Binance. They do the same type of thing. And I think they'll lose market share as well. They're not publicly traded. I believe they have their money license somewhere in Malta or something like that. The bottom line is, these companies, their exchanges, they're allowing and they're protecting the crypto holders, and they're allowing stuff to happen. This is night and day from way back when you had Mt. Gox and people got robbed and they got jammed up. That's a night and day situation. Night and day situation. We're in the real world where crypto's having its time in the sun. Okay, this is the rise of cryptocurrency. You have China. They're looking to have a centralized cryptocurrency for their currency. It hasn't come about yet, but I guarantee you can have every player in the game getting involved so they can be the custodian of this. It's like being the custodian of any currency. You have no choice. Okay, if the U.S. I'm not saying it is, but if the U.S. was to take the USD and turn it into a USD cryptocurrency, and that's what it is, because money's digital anyway, right? If they were to do something like that, every bank, every house, every organization on the planet, every business, everything would have to conform in order to accept it. So you think for a second, when China does this, when they do this, if that you're not going to have organizations and banks and everything conforming to the crypto world, you're crazy. They have no choice. And again, this is another pathway, another gateway opening up for the acceptance of crypto on a massive scale. Everything's just warming up. Okay, you have a lot of game changers in the space, and you have a lot of things happening. And I have to throw this warning out there. If you're going to get involved in any crypto, make sure it has a utility. You want to play around with that doggy, what you want to go play around with that, go right ahead. It's like playing around with a penny stock. You're in, you're out, you're in, you're out, arbitrage, whatever you're doing, fine. Because people get excited. It's like playing the penny slots and at the casino, right? You can go, you see the big numbers. You're like, oh my God, 100,000, but it's only like $10. So the bottom line is, just be aware of what you're getting involved with. Make sure that the utility that there's a game plan for the utility. Either it's there or it's going to be there, and if that's the case, you have value, and you hold tight because they're going to have their time in the sun as well. Okay, so anyway, so I went through electric vehicles, crypto, Coinbase, what's going on, BNY Mellon, so on and so forth. Again, the rise of the cryptocurrency is going to make way for a lot of things, a lot of innovation in the space. So you got to keep an eye on it. All right, that's it for this edition of Money Never Sleeps. Thank you for tuning in, the listeners and viewers. Thank you so much, and I'll be back with you with another segment of Money Never Sleeps. And yeah, we're going to continue the crypto discussion. We're going to continue. I want to talk more about Ethereum and what's going on there, and I want to a lot of things that I have planned to speak about that I just want to share, my views and what I see happening. Okay, again, these are my views, and you take it for what it is. And if you find value in it, good for you. Take it. Okay, if not, then not. But trust me when I'm telling you that I do know what I'm speaking about, and I am bringing that knowledge to the table for you guys, so you can absorb it and do what you want to do with it. All right. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back. I'll be back with you for the next segment of Money Never Sleeps.